Hello, guys, and welcome to part three of my podcast. Thank you so much, guys. Earlier, you guys made a huge coming out, or at least huge for me, on my second podcast. I like to thank the people who gave me feedback, like Zach. Zach, you gave me feedback. Shout out to Karina, and Chris. You guys are amazing. Like I said, just keep it coming, man. I appreciate the comments and the compliments. Whatever. Today it's a brand new day, and I'm bringing you a brand new point of view. Like how tell me what you think of this. A lot of people are like, yeah, maybe a little further away would work better. Um, I got this angle in particular in my head because I thought it would be a lot more comfortable. I thought you guys would like to see the whole apparatus, this whole thing going on. But yeah, let's start this. Let's get this rolling, man. I got a few topics I want to talk about. I got my trusty phone here on the side, off camera. Off camera edits. All right, let's see. So I want to bring up a few topics today. Let's see. I guess one of my biggest points of information I have to bring to you guys is me coming over here and to San Diego. If you guys don't know, that's where I'm at, and starting a new life and transitioning from not such a big city to a big city, or at least multiple cities. In my case, in North County, it's been a huge change for me. It wasn't recent. It's not recent anymore. It's been about 3.5 years now. And I'll tell you one thing, guys. That shit was hard. That was not the easiest thing for me to do. So if there's any people out there thinking about moving away from their parents in a super big city where they think they're gonna make it big, just know that it is gonna be really hard. And for a person like me with not too great of an education. I mean, I did go to college, but I didn't finish. And my work experience at the time, about 3.5 years ago, like I said, was just lacking. I had only a few jobs under my belt, and I had only stayed with them for like about a year or so, or 6 months to a year. But yeah, that was really hard. Just words of advice, and that's what we'll be going over, I guess. Words of advice I have for people who are trying to move out and start a whole new life. Uh, One of the things I definitely did, like the smarter things I did, was just save a bunch of cash, because I was very fortunate to find a job right away here in San Diego, but it was a very menial job. It was eight at the time, was probably like $8 or $10 an hour. I mean, that's nothing, man. That's absolutely nothing. Uh, and then eventually I worked up to where I'm at now. And I'm not saying I have a really prestigious job or anything, but it's better than nothing, and it's pretty cool, and they treat me okay. And I've been to, excuse me, burping off burping off mic. It's pretty cool, and they treat me okay. And I've been to, excuse me, burping off burping off mic. They've treated me very well, and I'm not gonna name names, especially for my previous employers and the employers I had before and after I came here. Let's just say it were a really shitty time for a long time, and then eventually, you just have to have faith, and keep believing in yourself, whether or not who people want to actually see you flourish and succeed. One of the other things was like making friends here, because I know a lot of or at least a good majority of the people that are watching was in Fresno. I had a lot of friends, people from school, people from I've known for a long time, family, friends, stuff like that. And when I came over here, all I really knew was my sister. And, that's another thing we'll get into, is my sister. Thank God for her, or, whatever God you subscribe to. She's been a great help. But yeah, that's all I knew was my sister. And then I just got to know more people. And people were really weird at first. Like, why did you move over here? And oh, you're from there. And they never heard of Fresno. I was very surprised that didn't happen that often. Actually, a number of people knew. I mean, it is California. It is still a town in California. And they were just like, yeah, like cool, whatever. And then it took me a while to actually make friends. I think about year two, I was actually still new to the area, and I wasn't driving. That's another thing we'll get into. I wasn't driving around here, and in Fresno, at least for the good majority of where I was going, I felt like I didn't need a car. So I used to bike everywhere, and I was actually a pretty healthy aspect of my life for a long time. But now I'm just like, I've gained a lot of weight. I don't give a fuck. I'm fat now. I don't care. I mean, I was always fat then, but like fatter now. But I'm working on it, man. I'm working on it. So yeah, so I went and you know, I acquired a car. and I was able to go to the jobs I actually wanted to go to versus the ones that I had chose to because they were just close by. And it's been a whirlwind, man. And now I'm here. Look at me, my own podcast. What a life. 3.5 years later, what a life. Yeah, that was a great long journey for me, and I feel like now I'm at a perfect spot in my life. I mean, it's not great, but it's not bad either. Things are very bright and very exuberant. Things are full of jubilation and prosperity. Everything's good. Everything's going good right now. So if anybody's out there worried about me being upset or happy, just know that I'm fine and everything's good. But yeah, so like I guess the best tip to say for a lot of you people out there that are willing to leave your mom or your dad or whoever you're living with and go to a new city and start a new life, just be prepared, have money saved up, have a car. I think mainly, I think that was my own fault. If you have a car, you're already a huge step ahead of a lot of the people there, wherever it is you're going, unless you really don't need it. I know there's some cities where, it's really condensed and having a car isn't really just there. It's really just a luxury, which is kind of weird. Which there are parts of San Diego where they are, like especially in San Diego City, like in the city, it's crazy condensed. But anyways, so a huge reason I was able to flourish and blossom here like the beautiful flower I am was because of my sister. So shout out to my sister. The next couple of days I've just been like giving her and showing my gratitude, giving her love and showing my gratitude because she's been a great help. And I was telling her like, I'm doing this now, and eventually maybe you'll come on and we'll talk about it. She's really shy. Sometimes she's really socially awkward, but I mean, who knows? Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be a fun time doing this, and thank God for my sister because I wouldn't have any of this stuff around me if it wasn't for her. And that'll be that. Let's move on to the next topic. Let's see. Oh, well, the other thing I was asked about a lot was guests, and that is a good point of contention for this podcast. Like we should be talking about other people instead of just me. I mean, like I said, I want you guys to learn and take something from this versus like, oh, Felix just went to San Diego and he's happy now. Well, that's I learned something. No, you didn't learn anything. So guests, I want to bring him in soon. Like I said, I'm still I'm gonna be a broken record for these very early episodes. I'm still learning a lot about this FL Studio. Shout out FL Studio, right? You guys are great and awesome, but I'm still learning on you, and I'm learning how to record my own voice in particular just for now. And eventually I want to record two voices. The other issue I'm having is the interface I'm using. I'm using a Focusrite 2i2, which is basically just a 2-channel interface, and which means I could record one thing and then another thing if I wanted to, which is just really me and another guest, which, I should, and I have the microphones and I have the microphone cables for it, but I just don't have enough room. I am in the process once again of moving my room around and making space for everybody. I want to buy a table. I want to get good lighting in here. Although it does look amazing right now, and a lot of you people are like, "Oh, the video's a little dark," and I'm like, "Yeah, you guys are right." So I did this. This is a better, hopefully better looking than the last one. A lot of people were maybe saying it was a little too close up on my face, and now look, I mean, you got this. Hopefully, you guys like it. But yeah, guests. There was a number of people. Like I said, I've already name dropped Zach. So Zach, who has also suggested that I have a producer, and if he can step up to the table, I definitely love to have him as my producer. There's a lot of podcasts that have that one guy in the corner, or whatever, and he's always just like, just like sitting there. And hopefully I get that going. Zach, we have to make more time to hang out with each other and get to know how to work this whole thing, because I think I don't forget what he uses for his recording and music producing. And hey, maybe we can come up with a better song that I made in the last one that was kind of corny. I just kind of threw something together. I just wanted to test out a lot of the things I'm going to be doing in the upcoming podcast, including this one. I'll try to incorporate more effects in the video aspect than the audio. The audio I think I have down. I think unless other people see otherwise. I think it sounds okay for me. Uh, and the guests themselves, when I still, like I said, I don't know. I mean, eventually I'll get them all, whoever it is. I have a few people lined up, and they're all ready and willing to come in and talk to me. The one other thing, which brings us to the next topic at hand, fumbling the words, is the topics associated with these guests. Like, just I don't know yet. There are a lot of the friends I do have or keep around me are artists, musical artists. Various versions of artistry in my friend. Cornucopia of friendships. A good number of them are very, very musically inclined, and I would, like I said, I mean, maybe I should just state it now. This is going to be a music podcast. Well, no, I mean, the instruments in the background and everything. I mean, who knows? I mean, I would like to talk about music, current music, past music I've never discovered or are willing to discover in the future. Who knows? I want to do an impromptu interview one day, like just kind of on the spot, since I will be traveling to Fresno. For all of you Fresno people out there, expect me soon. And I'll be there. I don't know if I'll take any of this with me. I really don't want to, because I'm that type of guy where when I pack for things, I pack a good number of boxers, the chones, man, and socks, and then like maybe 3 outfits or 2, because I'm not going to be there for a long time. I'm going to be there for a short time. So, and this might be a strictly family visit, because I haven't seen my family since October of last year, and I was only there for a couple of days. And I'll tell you one thing, when you're not there for family events like Christmas, which is whether or not you subscribe to that holiday or not, or Thanksgiving, it's really just about being together and enjoying each other's company. And I wasn't there for that. And this is like the third time maybe in the last couple of years I'm dedicated to the grind. I'm grinding, and I'm always trying to move forward. But yeah, I definitely really want to just stick around my family. And if you guys feel bummed out, like, oh, I'm talking to my Fresno friends at this point, sorry I can't make time for all you guys. I wish I could. This is really, important to me that I see my family, because there's going to be a big change coming up for us. And I will have even more limited time with my family than I did now. So sorry, can't see all of you guys. And if I do see any of you guys are very lucky. Let's see. Next topic. Recent feelings. I've once again talking about myself. Whatchamacallit, I've been feeling really, really weird. My mental health is good. It's perfect. But there maybe in the last 2 weeks or 4 weeks or so, I was feeling really anxious, and I had just really weird feelings of disconnection with a lot of the people around me. And I'll be honest with you, I think it has to do with me not going out and interacting with people or voicing my voice like this. This actually helped me out, because right before I came out with my first podcast, I was feeling weird, not depressed, but just kind of feeling a little off and disconnected. And there would just be weird, like, okay, a perfect example. I went to a record store not that long ago, and I guess one thing that's associated with record stores and me is, well, music. You guys know the music part, but I was huge. I still am really huge into a lot of metal, punk, and ska, and just alternative music that's not generally known through like the normal public people, just kind of offshooted from whatever subgenre. And I was dressed. I was pretty happy. I had bought myself some shoes and some nice clothes that day, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna drip out, man. I'm gonna bust the drip out. I didn't care, the drip, right? Hey, I'm cool too, guys. And I put on my nice outfit and I went out, and I actually set out to go to this record store a long time ago, and I was like, cool, and I went, and for some reason, it might have had to do with the fact that it was a very enclosed area. This record store was very small. Probably not as big as maybe like two or three of my room, which my room is not that big, but it was really small and enclosed, and there were small little corridors only where you can go and get the records and the CDs and stuff, and whatever was there, And I just felt I was really sweaty, and I'm a sweaty guy right now, so I'm not feeling anxious right now. I was feeling really sweaty, and it was weird. it felt like I was on the verge of a breakdown. Excuse me, I'm very burpy today. Very, very burpy today. So it was a weird feeling, and I hadn't felt that in maybe a long time, not since like maybe middle school or high school. It was a very, very weird, embarrassing kind of like I felt like eyes were on me, and really, I know in reality there weren't. It's just, when you get in that state of mind, you feel almost like people are watching you, or whatchamacallit, just like judging you. And it was really weird. I never felt that before, let alone in a freaking record store, right, where I should be accepted and I know my way around certain things. And it felt weird, and I felt like there was a part of me that I've sort of let go, and I wasn't the same individual I was 3.5 years ago when I moved here. And it was really weird. And like I said, right around that time is when I started doing the podcast. So I think I've had like a little bit of an identity crisis. It was weird. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know where I was, and I'm getting a little vulnerable right now. Like people are like, "Yo, you little weenie," your emotions. But I mean, this is as real as it's gonna get. I'm only bringing real life subjects to real life subject matter. I got out of there. Actually bought something like very hastily, and I was like, very timid. I was like, can I get a sticker, please? And they're like, what? Like. And I got a couple of stickers, really cool stickers I put on my car. For those who don't know, I really like to modify and stickify a lot of things. So I put a sticker on my car, and a couple of really cool. Sorry, I'm like turning to check where I'm at. What time am I at? But yeah, and I got out of there, and I guess it was a little mini breakdown, and I kind of like just started not sobbing, but like tears started to well up in my eyes, and I was like not shaking, but kind of just frustrated with myself. And I was like, what the fuck's wrong with me? What was that? And I guess now I came to the conclusion that I was just feeling weird, and I didn't know who I was. I mean, when you don't know who you are, just imagine that waking up one day and you're like, who the fuck am I? And I was feeling that in just like everyday life, walking through a record store that I should have enjoyed. And I actually did. Shout out to that record store. I won't name you eventually, right? But yeah, they were great. And yeah, it's just me being weird, really weird. And but I'm good now. I've been out, and I've been talking to people at my work, and then I'm good now. It's just really weird. I just wanted to bring it out there for people who may be going through the same thing, that you're not alone. Even me, the guy who does a podcast once a week, goes through these emotions and knows how to deal with them accordingly in a healthy fashion. Thanks for listening. Let's see what's next. Another recent thing. Oh no, hold on. There's this part I want to bring into view for you guys to know and listen. So I don't know why I am, and I guess that is the wrong thing to say. I do know why. I'm very late to a lot of things, like certain trends and news topics, and that might be another thing I want to bring up eventually. But like, I'll be 100% honest. I don't listen to any radio songs. I don't know what's hip. I know what I like, and I know there are some things that I do know are like a podcast is technically a hip thing, but podcasts have been around for years now, and but like I don't know, like for me, I like what I like, and I'll be bringing up certain topics that are really just known to a few people, and I hate to say it, I'm probably not gonna talk about certain celebrities. Maybe some movies, but for the most part, it'll just be me talking about the things that really entertain me, and hopefully you. But I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't know if I'll be getting into anything like fashion based. Although there are things I am intrigued by, but nothing too crazy. I'm not gonna be any reality stars. I won't be getting into that. Probably any memes. I mean, I like memes, but there's just things I just don't feel like I should be wasting my time with. And I know that sounds really harsh. I know I just talked about, emotions and stuff, but like, I don't know. I feel like the matter of importance for certain things has to be, very nitpicked and given to you guys in the good way. So I just be wary that I am probably the least hip person you'll probably be listening to. That sounds bad. Like, why should I listen to you then? You're not hip to anything. I don't know. It's just the way I wanna express this, is that like I am very late on a lot of things. I just, it's just who I am. I don't know why. Like I said, I feel like it's just because I'm not watching TV all the time. I'll do watch YouTube. I do watch a lot of YouTube, but I don't know. Like I can't even think of one thing. Ooh, some crackling on the mic. How unusual. I'm just here to do what I gotta do. Oh, that is weird. Why does it keep doing that? Are we good? Hello, hello, hello. We are good. That was weird. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep doing what I gotta do, and hopefully you guys continue to watch and listen to me, and I'll keep bringing whatever other topics I can. I appreciate the love. Keep telling me whatever I need to improve. Just keep bringing it up. Thanks, guys. Thank you for listening, and I definitely appreciate everything you guys have done, at least in terms of viewing and feedback. And thanks for watching, guys. I'll be here next week again.